Okay, I'm back. Back to life, back to reality. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I forgot I was just live for a second. All right, let's finish this part 2. I'm hearing Eli. I don't think it's Elon. I think it's Eli. All right. Cocky energy travel. Okay. So there could be movement in the sense of making a move or actually moving. I mean, I don't even have, I was going to say, I don't even have words. I don't know what that means. You don't even have words for a situation. Let me just. I hate turning my ring around, but my dad ends up leaving. So, a lot happened in between our conversation with part 1 in the sense of my energy. Good energy, not anything negative, just a lot going on. So there must be a lot going on here. The Empress energy was up there. Let me try to vibe this again. I know there's a blockage. If it's not a blockage, it's a challenge. It's got to be a blockage. And I definitely feel like it's not on our end. I definitely think it has to do with another woman. Maybe somebody has a kid's mom, kid's father, ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-military, I don't know, somebody could be in the military, ex-marine. Okay, so there's military talk here. Ex-marine. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know ex-marine. Is it marine? I definitely heard marine. And then my dad actually, okay, this is my dad's fault. He brought up military. He said E4 mafia, which is being a petty officer. He was a petty officer, but like he was saying like E4 controls a lot of the military, but the higher military want to say that they don't have a say in something, but everybody knows that E4 mafia really runs the show. So that must be like turf wars between that. So to me, there's higher and lower, maybe frequencies, but not like that. Like the cockiness of like, oh, well, I made it to the top, but this person's perfectly fine being a petty officer because they know what's going on with, the different departments of, Army, military, Navy, Air Force. There's so much. They actually made a Space Force now that I was reading the other day. I couldn't believe it. To protect, like, the space, the galaxy. Working with NASA. So I don't know if there's like a competition here between egos, but somebody's ex doesn't like you. But to me, it's like, who cares? Like, so it's their blockage, it's not yours. And to me, you're kind of looking over there, but you wouldn't be waiting. You could be waiting for somebody brand new and you're like, fuck the past, because past lives are here too. There's a lot coming out that don't talk about like what the cards would actually say. You know, moving, I'd have more movement. Chariot, Four of Wands, Ten of Wands. I mean, there's so many different Knight of Swords. There's so many different cards that play. I did something with tarot and reading. I did mention something. There was something earlier that was I mentioned that I thought was weird too. Things that make you go, So again, it's their blockage. Let's see what the wheel wants to tell us. And if you ask me, this is somebody who likes you, has already liked you. I don't know if it's a business thing. There's the Hangman again. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. So that's one way to look at it. And here's another way to look at it. And this is the way we have to look at it. But like they're both kind of saying the same thing. But like something's not, it's not growing there and it's not growing there. So whoever was investing in a certain situation here, and it's got to be the other masculine, invested in, oh yeah, sisters. I'm being told sisters again. Sisters, being influenced by sisters. I have one of my best friends, Ange, calls me sister. You know, so it doesn't have to be blood, like blood sisters, but something definitely with sisters going on here. I forgot about that. It's all coming back to me now. So they must have made a bad, this must be somebody you know, guys. I mean, it doesn't make sense if it wasn't new. And this is supposed to be positive energy, especially with 888, what we're supposed to put out there. And right now, this does look very much positive. So this might be something you want to block that's coming towards you, because this is someone who turned their back on you. It has to be. Like their investments didn't pay off. What is this Seven of Wands? Because this is the other energy. Yeah, Ten of Swords really wanted to come out flipped. Yeah, see that it's like paying the consequences here. Tell me about the Seven of Wands, please. Yeah, so they're definitely missing you as well. It definitely did not work out in their favor. Now you have a Knight of Cups coming in, so I don't know if you got a new person coming at you. That talks about self. It could have this person ghosted you, went crickets, stabbed you in the back, you felt betrayed. Maybe you already knew there was a scenario going on between other women or just some type of conflict. But there is another woman here that I think was trying to tell somebody to go in another direction. But like, why would you pass up the Empress's direction? Not with this energy. This is very uplifting energy. So somebody here could have a lot of regret, even though I don't see the cards of regret. See what I'm saying? But the other person that said something has no regret because they're very judgmental. Oh, here comes that judgmental energy. I forgot that was there. Very judgmental, like, oh, I don't think, or somebody in the spotlight, or do you think she'd be a good mother, or do you think yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? There's a dream here because I'm getting that vibe over here. I used to have, a lot of little girls did, it's a little jewelry box and you would twist it and a little ballerina would spin, even though, this is way different, naked body. But it talks of, beauty, rebirth. I don't know if the man on the other hand has done much maturing, guys, to be honest with you, because they're coming in as pages and knights. There's no man on the board right now. Literally and figuratively. Nights don't, it's kind of like a waste of time. So there must have been a strong attachment here to somebody. And again, you could be clearing past life karma here. But somebody definitely invested in the wrong thing, and this is their energy paying for the consequences. You know, it's their own challenge, it's their own blockage. That's like being like, oh, I got too much going on in my life, like right now, so I'm just going to push you aside. Like, that's the worst thing you can do, because you're already failing a lesson. So no matter how much thinking you do, overthinking, or whatever the case may be, this energy is not going to grow or evolve from it, because they had to get something dealt back to them. And now all of a sudden it's like, all right, I'm feeling better. Like, what? I mean, they could come in, truth speaking, in regards to like what was going on, but I do feel like this is a victim card, like somebody played victim. You know, like, this wasn't necessary. This didn't have to happen. They chose wrong, and that's it. But you know what? We all make our choices, and then there's consequences. Doesn't mean that they're going to see them. You're never going to see your way out of a consequence unless you're learning from it and absorbing it and really realizing what's happening. Like, 5 minutes ago in my head, I literally just said to myself, quote, don't forget it's 8:08. You need time to yourself right now. You need to get outside. So I don't believe that this is somebody that, I think this is like self-inflicting energy. It's not, it's self-inflicting. You know, if there's a real victim here and you feel like this, it's a different story. I'd be picking up on it. But this, I'm hearing selfish. It's a selfish energy, whoever this is or whoever it was. And there is something to do. They're linked to a feminine. And I know we have they out there, so I don't know. I don't usually bring that up. He, she, they. At the end of the day, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. My belief, you have a penis, you're born with a penis, and you're born with a vagina. You know, the uterus is nothing until it becomes one, the embryo, and it chooses a gender. So for you to be born and come on this earth and want to choose your own gender, you know, I don't agree with it. But it doesn't mean I don't feel for you, because I feel like the whole they clan should get together and gang up against the fucking government, because they're the ones laughing at you, really. You know, they're not doing anything for you. I mean, what did the fucking liberals say the other day? It's disrespectful to go to the moon or something. You know what I mean? Come on. Like, I don't know how something's being interpreted here, but you know, there's a man and a woman. You are who you are, but I personally believe that your gender is chosen, and it's okay to have reptilian family, and you know, say this is home and this is where you want to be, the galaxy, this is, you know, your home, and you're just having this shit experience on earth, you know, and right now it's not going so great, but we're here for lessons. But this person made a wrong choice because they already knew the right choice and they chose wrong. When you're hesitant on a choice, it's not the right choice, in the sense of like, oh, well, maybe I can get back with that one, I'm gonna wait for this one, and yada yada. Like, any type of like interference or questioning is going to be the wrong choice, because if you're questioning it, you're already doubting yourself, and then that boils down to, you know, self-confidence, awareness. It at the end of the day, it comes back to that one individual being responsible for something, you know, and now they're just sulking. Like, get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. Okay, so maybe this is somebody who approached you as a page and now they're a knight coming back in. The knight is flattering. I'm sure that, you know, flatter the empress, but do they have the stamina to keep up with the empress? The spirit's telling me yes. So this might be a situation of forgiveness. But I wouldn't get yourself caught up in this right now unless something comes towards you, because the fish thing is against the thing. It's the vibration. I can hear that. I don't like it. I guarantee you guys can hear that because you're sitting on the same table. My apologies. See, someone's vibration is not, I don't want to be associated with this vibration right now. But that's just me. unless somebody was like really speak the truth and this and that, and everyone's dynamic will be different. If you're this energy right now and you're like, oh, I know exactly who this is and yada yada yada, you're probably right, but it doesn't mean that it won't work out. It's like, to me, it's karmic. Somebody here had to learn a lesson, but they knew from the start, like, where they were investing wasn't going to grow anyway. Get what I'm saying? Like a stock, there's no leaves, both sides. This morning you got some fog, that one's kind of looking at you, but I don't see like retrospection. I don't like the Hermit, not the Hermit, that Pisces card, the Hangman, I think I mentioned a few times. It's like somebody's struggling to see something different. And it's, I don't know what, like, I don't know what the fuck to even say to this right this second. I do kind of feel like you can forgive this energy, but somebody else has to feel this energy, and they are. But they knew they made a wrong choice from the start, and still could have been the right start from the start. But like, if you're involved here, and there's clearly a sister, another feminine energy, or family, or an ex, someone clearly was interfering, and it wasn't a situation where it was worth investing in either way. And it's speaking of this other energy, but it could be speaking of you as well. Like, you feel this way, you feel like you've exhausted all things, like you put energy into it, like that shit is dead and gone. Like, I don't miss you, I don't, somebody else here clearly now misses you, but that's because something came back at them and bit them in the ass. And like how they treated you, they were treated the same way by a sister or an ex, or thinking the grass was greener, because somebody already made the choice knowing it was wrong. When somebody's in your life, a friend or not, fucking friends with benefits, whatever it may be, guys, it could be completely platonical in your coworkers. You start something off with, I just need to put you aside right now, or I need to put this aside. No, that's when you face it. That's when you learn a lesson, because I guarantee this is refraction. This is something like from the past, childhood. This is how somebody handles hurt and pain. They, you know what I mean? Like, it's not somebody who likes to reflect. They avoid it. So you're dealing with an energy here that's very hard to even get through to. Yeah, you probably know they got feelings for you, but you don't want a page. I want to say this Knight of Cups is nice energy, depending on if it's new or the same, but I think it's just somebody like coming at you another notch, but like they're still not on your level. And here's the thing, they don't have to necessarily be on your level. This could just be like, man, I can't believe I treated this person this way. But if I don't know if they deserve forgiveness. That's on you. Some people don't deserve forgiveness. And that's the truth. Sorry. I know at the end of the day, certain religions, forgive all, but that's bullshit. Forgive yourself for being in that situation. You don't ever have to forgive that person for what they did. And that's the truth. Goddamn right I'm here, and that's the truth. We came here to live and grow and go through lessons and other stuff, to enjoy life and make the right choices. For those who continue to stay in situations like this, you're not living. And to me, it's sad. I don't feel bad for you, but to me it's sad, because I would never want to live my life like that. And I don't care if somebody says, oh, it's complicated, or I have an ex-wife or an ex-girlfriend. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't fucking matter, because at the end of the day, You knew you were making a wrong choice, but you were listening to other energies of the opposite sex for the masculine. Okay. And if you're a they, I still respect you. I do think people are meant to evolve and eventually look like this, and aliens should be chilling here with us. You know, I truly do. I just, there's a penis and there's a vagina, guys. Until there's something else and everyone starts growing tails and, you know, horns and you know, it's society got you to segregate and group. Energy here, she doesn't do that. In the sense of society, political viewpoints. You're dealing with somebody who's very much their own person here, which is, I believe, us, our spiritual. So if you're male, just reverse it to feminine, you know? Or you're just in your feminine energy right now, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Maybe that's where you need to be in order to relate to somebody again, because vulnerability would definitely be key here. And I do see this energy wanting to rush forward, but it's still like playing victim. It's like, but it is, I'm hearing as a matter of fact, how's it feel? Because somebody did something to you, and now this person that did that to you got played. Times 10. Because there's no pain here on the board, but this is still pain. This is anguish. This is kicking somebody themselves in the ass, but there's nobody's confronting anybody because they're too busy playing. I don't need somebody in my life. I don't need friends with benefits. I don't need a relationship. I don't need yada yada yada. This could it be somebody mourning the loss of a relationship? I don't think so. See, they're making me say stuff like this so you guys realize, like, the mourning has already happened. This is the aftermath of how somebody else is feeling. And I'm telling you, there's a black magic, something with relationship, or there's a woman here that these energies might switch for a different story, but let me ask Spirit first. No, it's definitely not. At one point, the energy was shifting, though. At one point, it was the other way around. They felt like they were the Empress. And you could have turned your back at the time because you just can't be bothered. Because I started this reading with turning your back. But with all this chaos, guys, I mean, you had to put energy into this, and it clearly did not work out because you wouldn't be the Empress. Like, the Empress tells me her focus is not here. She doesn't need to focus here. She kind of has a smirk in the sense of, like, are you guys going to either find your way and figure this out? So it looks like somebody has a chance to resurrect something here, guys. I'm not going to lie. Will it work for some of you? Yeah, it could. Others, like I said, I truly believe you're not meant to forgive everybody in this lifetime, guys. You're not always meant to forgive yourself either at the end of the day, because we have multiple lives and we come in with multiple lessons. This is kind of like an obvious lesson, but it wasn't so obvious to someone else, you know. But it's like, if you're this woman and this Empress or Emperor, you know, and you're spiritual and you kind of get what I'm saying here, you don't just get here. So this energy is not thinking about whatever this is here and whatever that would have been there, or whoever's ex or sister is. It's just kind of like something you dropped because it's just not worth your time. You've already dropped it. Yeah, you had feelings. Yeah, you could have resurrected something. So I don't know if this is a third fucking chance for somebody, guys. So for some of you, like I said, it can be a good thing, and others, it's just not. And during this period of energy, we're here trying to manifest, and we're trying to think of ourselves, and that's what you're doing. But there's another energy that might try to pull on your energy, or they don't want to pull on your energy, or they don't want to approach you because they're like this. and they know you're higher vibing, but this is somebody's self-talk that's just fucking garbage. It's fucking baloney. Get over yourself, I'm hearing. Like, drop the fucking ego. Be a man. That's what makes you a fucking man. This energy don't make you a fucking man. And I'm sorry if you feel belittled, but hey, everybody needs to be belittled here and there in life, because there's consequences to every action, and people are meant to feel these feelings. This is why we think Earth is exciting, living from other worlds and realms. And it's like, oh yeah, I want a chance. And then we get here and we're like, I don't know if I really wanted to do that, you know, but it is. We do it anyway, you know. So there's definitely Nine of Cups. Yeah, see, happiness, but it could be everyday fun, you know. But this is someone who likes you, or you like them at one point, like. And I think I already double checked, but let me double check again. I believe this is the same man. The page from the night, correct? Oh, it's a different man? Okay, so this is a different man, but here's the thing. This is also telling me you probably already experienced this with somebody else. And that's why it was easier for you to drop. I don't know. Okay. Because you definitely turned your back towards some immature bullshit. And I don't know how to feel about this night. I kind of feel like I did say like a new person coming in, but I could have sworn Spirit said no. There's that Emperor. Tell me about this Knight of Cups, please. To me, they don't have to pull you out of this energy. That already flipped. Yeah, see, these are lessons. And there's that cocky energy I was getting off the Knight of Pentacles. It doesn't have to be an earth sign. That's, to me, this is more negative energy in the negative sense, because somebody didn't learn a lesson. And sometimes, you know, these type of energies are just too much. You know, they're just, who wants that? You know, I personally wouldn't want that. And again, you were meant to learn this lesson together. Like I said, everyone you come in contact in life, you were meant to run into. It's not just like, oh, it's a small life, a small world. It is, but everybody knows everybody, because you guys have already did this with everybody. You know, it's how something plays out when it begins karmic. Like I said, everything is karmic. It depends on how it pans out. Yeah, they missed you. Do they have the regret? They feel like they betrayed you? Yeah, they probably did betray you. But it was never a good investment. And it could have been a lesson on your end where, been there, done that. I ain't investing in this bullshit. But I don't think that's what it is. You could have had a situation like that. But to me, this is a man. Look at man. Even if you're they, you know. So take gender out of it if you want. I don't know what to tell you. Because gender doesn't need to be a thing here. See, what the fuck is with this gender thing coming in? I'm not mad at everybody for being they or transgender. I mean, you guys have all sorts of names. I'm not mad. I think, you know, y'all deserve to have an opinion, a word, a stance. But to then have the government group you and try to change things on birth certificates, or like try to get rid of, like liberals trying to get rid of the Constitution, fucking Democrats, like, the fuck out of here. This is, and that I realized, remember I was talking about like the Constitution off and on for a month, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this Constitution? That's what's going on. The government wants to take it from us. Like, the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. There's more people on this earth to overtake the fucking population of the government, regardless of fucking missiles, tools. I'm telling you, we can overpower who you think is empowered, because it's, you know, I don't think we'll ever get there, because there's not enough people on this planet that are open-minded enough. Because if they were, we would take over in a happy. and live a very beautiful life. And yes, there has to be rules like a constitution, right? But you don't take history that has worked and worked very well. The only reason why it's gotten so sloppy and messy is really, I hate to say it, Democratic parties and liberals. It's bullshit. The only ones that fight for your rights is literally fucking Republicans. So there's something here in regards to, like, remember my catalyst was a Democrat, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, like, that was hard for us. You got certain friends, you just don't bring up politics because you argue. Holidays come around and it's like, oh, it's fucking politics, because everyone gets together and has an opinion. It's designed that way, astrologically. Not an energy, not sex, like trans quality. No, trans. I don't know. Not trans as in like a category. Transcelestial. Transcelestial. Oh, fuck. But at the end of the day, guys, it's a lesson that was meant to be learned. So some of you may have to forgive in a situation, but some of you do not have to forgive, and your faith might be telling you to forgive. I don't like things that religions that control your thoughts. To me, it's wrong. That's what I love about spirituality, guys. It's not about do's and don'ts. It's how you choose to live your life. How you choose to live with your own thoughts. And like, don't forget, like, this planet was here for us. You can successfully live on this planet. There is no question. We're meant to have celebrities. We're meant to have categories of all different things. And like, some people, what do they just call all the other humans that don't have a category? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why this whole Courtney's cult thing, always comes into play. I guess it's just an example. But I do hope one day that I can reach millions and millions. I want to be this person too. And that's because I know certain things in regards to how someone's mind should be living on this earth. But you fell victim. This is somebody playing victim, but you fell victim to societal viewpoints. You fell victim to judgment. At the end of the day, this is just somebody who's fucking cocky. Where's the love? Where is the love? So I don't see any love, forgiveness. I know I'm talking about all this stuff, but it's literally not even here. So for me, it's got to be something I already experienced. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, this could be somebody who has been married previously and have kids together, because this would be the couple of kids, or a married couple but have their own businesses or properties, things like that. And then you got the Knight of Wands. So it's almost like somebody had somebody on the side the whole time. Does that make sense? Like, anytime you wanted to play, you could, but there was always somebody in the back of somebody else's head. See, like, only one person got hurt here. Everybody gets hurt in the Five of Swords, guys. So when I see something like this, it's bullshit. Because everybody gets hurt some way, somehow, whether it's your own thoughts, because everyone interprets and perceives things differently. Get what I'm saying? I can't believe this Hangman hasn't come out. So somebody here really needs to wake the fuck up and realize life is too short for the way somebody's fucking living here. And I don't know. Tell me about the Lovers, please. It's almost meant to be resurrected, but some things are too late. And I did notice there's that Five of Swords again, but now it's the other way around. And what's this, the Hermit? Yeah. I called out the Hermit though, but I was talking about the Hangman. No, it was that way. It was just upside down. And this is somebody like bowing in shame. Like, yeah, fuck that shit. You know? So now you got a few fives here. 555. So something major is going to change. And it is being divinely orchestrated. Because you came out swinging with the Fool and rebirth. The Fool and death. See, like there's somebody here manipulating a certain situation, but at the end of the day, it's still that person's fault. Everyone wants to blame it on someone else, but again, at the end of the day, you got to take responsibility for your own shit. Nobody got played here. Nobody should bow down to any type of energy here. No one's higher than the other. That's what I was saying. E4 Mafia compared to like, higher ranking positions. Like somebody thinks they're higher ranking than you, or they're better than you, or somebody thinks that you think, or they think that you're better than them. Again, it's shit talk, but like this is ego. This is like purposely manipulating other people. Nobody wins here. This is why this energy now has to feel this, because you asked me, you've already had this lesson. Like this is not something you want to dabble in. Yeah, but see, look at somebody wants an opportunity. So this literally could be somebody that you would have to forgive 3 times. I did say this morning, 3 times a charm, trying to come live. So I don't know, but this is straight up fucking manipulation. And I do feel like it's from their side, and it's also their shit moves and the other person's shit moves, and their shit moves for considering other people's opinions. Like someone hit me up the other day and was like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? I said, at the end of the day, we're going back and forth. I said, just do it, because this is Mercury, it's Pluto. There's so many things, Venus and Cancer. It's just do it, because it's just going to linger for days, and let it play out however it plays out, whether you get hurt, whether somebody dismisses you, whether somebody rejects you. So like somebody here has too much of an ego here. And that's the vibe I don't fucking like. Yes, are they recognizing it? Spirits in, absolutely. But I don't know how you feel about that. Like, I don't want to get into like how they feel, how you feel. Like, at the end of the day, this is somebody's story and it's your choice. You don't need to ask other people their opinion, because when you start asking other people their opinion, you're not thinking for yourself. And that's the truth. You should never have to ask for anyone's opinion unless it's like a biased opinion. Or, you ask certain friends certain things because that one may cater to you more than the other. One would tell you straight up, you're fucking out of your mind. The other one would tell you, oh, it's no good, or this and that. But like, if you're going to consistently, if an energy is going to linger, just fucking do it. It's not necessarily a lesson. It's just, it is what it is. Does it suck that there's lovers and there's somebody manipulating behind the scenes? Yeah, it does. But it's not there's no competition here with the Empress. You either have her attention or you don't. And that's how that goes. There's no fucking in between. And she's not choosing in betweens. She might not choose sides, like in a good way, but everybody's entitled to an opinion and a belief and things like that. But this, I'm getting like as the world turns. But to me, it's a soap opera. It's also drama. But it's also, people thrive off drama. It's real life for them. That's unfortunate. That's why I really don't care for the need to like really get into it like that, because at the bottom of the deck, again, after that, or the top, is a Page of Swords. So yeah, somebody's watching it, or somebody else is trying to watch and manipulate a situation. Like, whatever this is, I don't like it, but this might be an energy that needs to just be casted out. And you guys do get through this. And again, it just gets casted out. But the only way you would get through this here is somebody needs to be completely vulnerable with you. And, you know, if somebody's ego is being broken down and they are realizing it, then you might be able to salvage something here. But if you ask me, there was already too much drama and too much complication. So if somebody's going to come at you, they can't play. They're going to have to tell the truth because they've already felt the pain and the anguish. Because I know, because the heart's on here. This is the aftermath. Feeling like a shitbag. And good, you should feel like a shitbag when you deserve to feel like a fucking shitbag. They used to call people, you're a fucking piece of shit, and people get offended. You are. You're acting like a fucking piece of shit. Does that offend you? I'm sorry. Not sorry. Piece of shit. You want to act like a fucking piece of shit? And then play out something like you're a piece of shit? You're a piece of shit. It's either black or white, right? There's no in between. Some would say gray. Not in this situation. You were treated like a straight up piece of shit by somebody and they're suffering the consequences and allowing other people to manipulate situations. So if that's the case, good luck with them. Don't even think about this energy. Fuck that shit. Blah. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. If you're going to sit here, yeah, see, I don't even want to read into this. Today's 8/8. It's a very important portal. You don't have time for pages and fucking nights and to turn you off, turn you on. Oh, maybe not. Like, you know, I'm glad you got through what you needed to get through throughout all the years to be here again. You know, so this is a favorable time for feminine energy. I'm not gonna lie, very favorable. And I know it has to do with people's names too, but the name Empress, feminine energy, being at your highest frequency, because that's what that is. You can't fool or trick or blind or try to, you know, use retard fucking magic. It's just not a fucking thing. The people are dumb enough and retarded enough and foolish enough to think that they can jinx people or use, you know, voodoo dolls or, you know, whatever the case may be. And you would think somebody else is completely innocent on the other side, but you have challenging energy here. I could tell that there was other energy that is dark that attempted to challenge you, but they clearly lost. That's why I said earlier, go ahead, come at us. Come at me, not us. That's up to you. But go ahead, come at me. Because Spirit's waiting for you. My dark, you know, my night riders are waiting for you. So go ahead. I'm getting spitting. Like someone should be spitting on somebody. So what the fuck? I find that form completely disrespectful. I remember when I caught an ex cheating, all I wanted to do was spit at him. And I couldn't spit at him. I had to spit on the fucking ground because I thought it was just so disrespectful. And my soul just doesn't have it in me to hate like that. You know, I don't forgive you, but I had enough respect not to fucking spit in your face, you know, and because that person deserved that fucking spit. So this could be good karma coming your way after 10 years of something, with the 10 being here. A year, whatever the case may be, I do feel like this evolves around like your life and what you've been through and how you still know how to accomplish and build and make the best of things. And this energy deserves whatever that is. They're probably asked out by other people now, you know, feeling left out. People don't want to invest their time and energy with this energy because you guys were getting that energy. The 7 of Pentacles that didn't even have a fucking chance. You know, this person betrayed you, ghosted you, manipulated, all because somebody else was manipulating them. So do you want somebody around that can't make their own fucking choices? I certainly do not. I need people in my life that are decisive, know what they want, what they're capable of, how to respect people, when, you should know, what's too far and what's not. Shit like that. Once you're really open, there's no going back. There's no going back. So this might be a situation that this person has to live with this the rest of their life because of the choices they made. This might not even be a lover. This could be literally you, and this is an ex-lover, and this other energy up here playing a lot of games with manipulation. It's only a matter of time, whether it's 7 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 months from now. 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4 months from now, 4 years from now, whatever the case may be, like, this will be their life, and that is a karmic consequence. Too bad, so sad. You don't have to forgive this person. If somebody wants your forgiveness, too bad. It doesn't make you a bad person. Some people are just not meant to be forgiven. And I really think that's the truth. And I'm not trying to fight with religion or go into politics or any of that with all the things I've been saying. But, this is bullshit when you see stuff like this. Again, like, you could just be a teacher here spreading the news, or, the monarchy of the family, situating things and explaining it to other people. Like, this person betrayed you, whether you think they did or not, because they failed themselves. So I really don't want you to focus on this energy at all, because it's just, to me, it's no. The next few days of energy has to be fun and uplifting, and keep going and speak things into fruition, and trying to get your best advice. What cards do I want to use? Oh my God, I gotta fix that vibration in the background again. I'm so sorry. Best advice for my spirituals, please. Best advice for my spirituals, because this is, I don't know, I feel like it's higher self speaking a frequency here. Like somebody forgot who they were fucking with. Literally. Humans. Disgusting. Humans. Shitty people disgust me. Thinking that they have more power over others. So you're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. So those who feel like over the weekend they might be a little stuck, or they're reminiscing, just because, even though reminiscing didn't come up, guys, it's anything is reminiscing when Mercury comes around, or anything's retro, or Venus. Venus is love life, it's finances, it's beauty. It's time for you to soar. And if you ask me, you already know that. And it's just, it's not even baby steps. Well, that spirit made that easy. It's just time. You're being asked to move forward towards your dreams that you've been carrying in your heart. It's time to bring those into the world. So some of you could be a leader, a teacher. This could be a new influencer. This could be, some type of just a way of looking at life, I guess. This is perfect. 8-8 manifestation energy. Call it out. Call your name out. It's important. Okay. In regards to the other decks I wanted to use, this feels, efficient enough of a reading to, it just does. And the negative aspect of this is just somebody else's repercussions, and it shouldn't really even be a thought, to be quite honest with you. If this energy chooses to come toward you with honesty, integrity, respect, loyalty, honesty, all that stuff, then so be it. If you ask me, this reading is more about you as an individual, and knowing how you want to live your life and actually doing it instead of just speaking it. Get what I'm saying? Like, I already feel like you're speaking things into fruition anyway. I feel like I'm speaking things into fruition without really, it's just a knowing. I can feel it. So karma is definitely going to play out, and spirit's definitely going to fuck with some energy here. And maybe some of you guys wanted to know that. You wanted to know what type of retribution you were getting, Others of you, it's so half and half. I really can't. I'd say 5% of the population might get this and something could work out. 95% of the population, this is unforgivable energy. And I bet you people battle this with religion. Oh, but God tells me not to be this person, this and that. Like, you know what? Religion is great and it's strong and it gets you through things. But if you're living your life dictated by a God, I have a problem with that. Personally. Still love you. I just think you should live your life for who you are and what you want and your own expectations, your own goals, how you want to see life. That doesn't make you a misfit. It makes you a treasured fucking person in other realms because you chose to put yourself out there and have already succeeded. It's very clear. And it definitely looks like even you guys, if this energy hasn't hit of the Empress, it's sure as fuck gonna hit, and it's gonna hit soon. And you're gonna dismiss this shit. So I'm not really worried about you guys. Keep putting that shit out there. Please. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi. Love you guys. Bye.